through learning and understanding how to be in relationship with my surroundings. Medicine wheel is something that indigenous cultures, wherever you are indigenous to, honor, because there is a period of time on this planet where we were heavily engaged with our natural surroundings. We were heavily dependent upon the weather and the seasons and the herds and the planets. We had to. We didn't have artificial light. We didn't have these type of, structures to live in and come out from the cold into. So we had to be very deeply in relationship to the energetics of our natural world. Just because we live in these concrete jungles now, and just because we do have artificial light and we can, for some of us, walk in a door and be warm, doesn't mean that the energetics or our connection to the energetics has changed. It has become more difficult to listen to them and to respond to them, but they're still there. And the truth of those energetics and that relationship to our natural world is just as pervasive and profound and necessary as ever. So maybe we're not living in structures out in the woods, living off the land like we used to, but it is still required. And I'm going to say required. I'm going to say that. It is requiring us to live in communion with that same sense of reverence. We are required to still be in relationship in that way, because our world is burning right now. Our relationships are burning right now. And your internal experience, more often than not, is burning right now. Our sense of disconnection is so egregious that we all feel lost. We all need to go back to our grandmother's kitchen table and hear their stories, because we all need to be grounded back into ourselves. And who is yourself? Yourself is your planet. Yourself is your sister, your brother. Yourself is the person that is next to you, across from you. We are all an expression and an extension of each other. And learning about medicine wheel, walking a medicine wheel for an entire year, and it is an entire year. I know that medicine wheel exists in all these micro and macro ways. In order to really gain the musculature and the strength to live in that way, I understand now why my teacher had me walk for an entire year. And in this day and this age of like wicked fast, instant gratification, let's move through it, committing and devoting, that's what I want to say, devoting ourselves to something for an entire year can feel really daunting. It can seem intimidating. What better thing to be devoted to than the sanctity of our existence? What better thing to be devoted to than a loving expression of self? Because when we lovingly express ourselves, we can lovingly honor the expression of another. Learning how to walk a medicine wheel for an entire year, engaging with our earth, engaging with our air, engaging with our fire, engaging with our water, and all the myriad of ways in which that shows up will change your life. I promise you. I promise. I promise. Because intimacy, reverence, deep relationship, those are the components that are going to heal and that are going to change the trajectory of our planet, the trajectory of our humanity, the trajectory of our manifested selves. So this teaching came forward tonight on the full moon-ish, in the full moon energies, on the heels of the 4th of July, that feels like freedom to some, feels like bondage to others. feels like stolen land to some, feels like liberation to others. It's important that this teaching comes forward right now because it's an invitation to heal and to get back into harmony and communion. This is the beginning of July, and August 1st is when Medicine Wheel, as it pertains to a teaching that I am offering, as it pertains to the invitation that I am giving you right now, August 1st is when that starts. And from a very human logistical perspective, what that means is that I will be shifting my in-person group teaching of Medicine Wheel, and I will be making it virtual. I will be making it available to all people in all places, in all stages, in all ways. La medicina para todo. The medicine is for everyone. Starting August 1st, there will be a very specific, again, in-person experience and ceremony held here in my home. And there will be the opportunity to begin your journey with walking a medicine wheel. And it will consist of the same elements that I provided for the people that walked with me over the past few years. Every single month, there's going to be teaching about the particular direction that you're in. Every single month, there's going to be activities about the elemental representation, the energetic expression. You're going to learn what direction we're in, how that might show up. You're going to be asked to go in and do your own work around your own earth element, air element, fire element, water element. You are going to start learning how to be in deeper relationship and communion with your own elemental expression, and therefore you will see that mimicked out there in the world. Every single month, you can start whenever you want to start, jump in whenever you feel called, but it will begin August 1st. You can technically go in and sort of like sign up, make it happen now if you feel called, if you feel like you are a yes. I just want you to know that it will start in August. And we're going to go on this journey together, and I'm going to provide teachings and videos and offerings to you for each month. And I'm going to provide space for, conversation and feedback. And there's going to be, this beautiful ebb and flow and like rhythm that we're going to create together and, learn how to be in relationship with ourselves, with each other, with the planet at large. Medicine Wheel is about cyclical living. Medicine Wheel is about honoring, the myriad of ways in which we show up at the same time. We're not always just in our air element. We are in air and fire at the same time. We're in earth and water at the same time. Like, we are these very profound, holistic beings. We are the entire wheel. We are the entire wheel. And sometimes one element might be predominantly at the top, but we are all expressions of the medicine wheel all the time. And what that means is that we have access to these tools. If we're feeling too fiery, we can go and rock our water element to release and relax. We can go get that grounding energy to ground in. We have access to this entire wheel at all times. And I am opening up that space to anyone and everyone who is interested. As I said, it begins August 1st. You can go to medicinewheel.oliviahalliday.com to get more information. You can go poke around a little bit. You can go sign up if you're already a yes, if you just feel like you want to know more about this, if you feel like you want to do this work and you feel called to walk with me. I walk this wheel every year, constantly, nonstop, because that was how I was taught. I was taught that it never ends, it never changes, it never stops. Even when my physical form transitions, that's just me in my north direction. That's just me in wintertime. That's all. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. It just continues to evolve and expand. Learning about that north direction allowed me to be comfortable with death. It allowed me to be comfortable with completion. It allowed me to be comfortable with transmutation. And similar to that example I gave you about the wildfires, it allowed me to be okay with things burning down and coming apart, because I knew that from the ashes does that phoenix rise. I knew, and I learned, and I got comfortable with that component of the, death rebirth space, that north direction, that gate. All of those things are available to all of us. And it will be my greatest honor. It will be my greatest privilege to walk with you in this way. You know, again, we're all in this together. And my teachers taught me, you know, they continue to teach me. And I would love to teach you. I would love to extend my heart and my hand to you and help you better understand yourself, how you show up in this world, what your medicine is, what your offering is, because I can assure you that there is something very specific that you bring to the table of our global humanity that no one else can do but you. And we really, really need you to do it. We really need you to do it. Because not only does our experience of humanity depend on it, there's nothing else you can actually do. You were made for this. You have to keep going. We are in this together, and I'm here for it. I'm here for you. I will teach you whatever it is that you need to know in this space. Just need you to opt in and say yes. So I love you very much. Thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for being with me. If you have questions, please feel free to find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, send me an email. But again, go to medicinewheel.oliviahalliday.com. If you are a yes and you want to jump on board, there will be more information that comes out for the August 1st in-person event. That is, again, a very limited seating situation. But everyone who wants to attend August 1st in person will also be, brought into the Medicine Wheel Walk for the year. And it's going to be a beautiful adventure. And I hope you join. Yes, Rachel. I love you all very much. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you need. I'm here for it, and I'm here for you. I got you. I'm out.